good. It's Fizz.
Good. What did you call me about?
I was wondering if you could tell me about what it was like to be an immigrant in America when you were little.
When I came here, I was 13 years old. Just finished high school there. My sister was 7 years old. You know how old I am? I'm 97 years old.
Hello, my name is Ann Mills. I'm grandmother to Fizz. I was born in Italy 88 years ago. And my sister and my sister was 7 years older than me. We left. I was when Dad finally sent for us. She was about 13, 14, and I was 5. And we were in a very big boat, as I said, and it was very rough crossing. When you'd sit down and try to have a meal, the dishes would continuously fall off, with bangs. You couldn't eat. Well, it was so rough, most people were very seasick. Well, I think we were the only people on the boat who were not seasick. Didn't seem to bother us. And the one time I went up on deck, I looked outside, and there was a wave that looked like, to me, it looked like 20 feet high. It was pretty high. And then the boat would just kind of fall with the wave. It seemed it was going to hit the bottom of the ocean. But we made it to Manhattan, New York, and I saw my dad with the Statue of Liberty. It was evening, and we saw the Statue of Liberty. My mother said, "Look, that's the Statue of Liberty, and there's your dad." I was born after he left, but my mother and my father had conceived me before he left. But I never saw him until I came to the States. And it was very nice. I liked the fact that he could pick me up and put me on his shoulder. Took us home. I remember we took a taxi home, and he had hidden Tootsie Rolls. They're very popular candy, a little round candy, though I think we still have, all over the house. And he said, now we're going to have a Tootsie Roll hunt. And we had fun chasing all over the house that he had prepared for us, looking for the Tootsie Rolls.
Oh, we're living on 10th Avenue in New York. Horrible place. It's a long story, my story, but that's how it started anyway in New York. Because my father was a janitor working the daytime, and my mother was helping taking the elevator up and down. My mother never learned how to speak English, but she understood everything. But I guess she just talked Italian, and that's it, I went to school for about 2 years, and then I didn't like it because I didn't like it. They put me very back because I couldn't speak English. And I said, I'm not going to be here and do nothing. I wasn't learning anything, and I knew everything, but I couldn't speak. I couldn't speak the language. It took me about 3 years to learn the language. It was very difficult for me. So she started going from the first grade up, and she learned very fast, because she was younger. She was very, very study all day and night. She always studied day and night, all the time. She's always with the books. Me too, but, not like her.
As I said, I learned very quickly. And the difficult thing was that my mother had no concept of education. When I came home, there was no place for me to study, and she had no concept that you have to do homework, which I guess you might think might be very nice, but I resented it terribly. I wanted someone to look at my homework. But when I brought a good paper home, I wanted her to, say, oh, that's very good. I used to take the subway, do my homework on the subway. Never did it at home because there's no place to do it. And besides which, my parents, my mother particularly, was not too enthusiastic about my doing homework and disrupting her household. I wasn't very proud of my parents. She couldn't speak to them. I was embarrassed. we spoke Italian. I mean, she spoke no English, and she had no desire to. And it was like a little. She brought Little Italy with her. Well, the rule was that everything that was on the plate had to be eaten. It was not polite to leave anything behind, particularly something your hostess had served you. Somebody had served me Jello, and they would seem to be serving Jello all the time. And it has if you've never had it, it has a strange. It's the first time. It's a very strange texture to it. There's nothing else really. You take a piece of cake, it doesn't move by itself. It doesn't shake by itself. You don't stand still. But Jello doesn't. You put it in your mouth, it's still jiggling around. It's like that you're eating a live animal. I just thought it was something yuckish. It was yuck. Fortunately, I went to Hunter College, which was completely free. Books were free, you name it, everything was free. Think of the change. My God, that is some change.
And of course, I went to work in a factory. I quit school and I went to work. My father made $27 a week with the family, and I made $30 a week because I joined the union.
Wow.
The union just came in, They did all these things for people. And then I had a vacation, and then they started, we're going to work only 5 days a week, not 7. Like we used to work 6 days a week and Sunday off. So then my father got a vacation too, because it was for everybody, the union, everybody had to join the union. So he joined too, and so he made $30 a week, like me, I went to school and learned how to be a hairdresser. This is all my life, but anyway, that's how we had a rough life, You know how I learned how to read by the phonies and
The phone books?
the newspaper. They have the phonies for children. You have a page for the children, and I used to read that. It was nice. That's how I learned how to read better, Amazing, this country, So that's what happened. Okay, so I better let you go because you're going to be busy, right? Yeah, bye-bye. Now say hello to everybody. Bye-bye.